Hey book friends, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk books with Shannon. Today's video, I am going to talk about new releases coming out in 2025 that I am very excited about and that are going to be must buys for me and must reads for me this year. I think I have 14 of them to share with you. So let's jump in. The first one, and I'll try to give you the dates too, and I'll try to go in order. The first one that's coming out is later this month. January 28th, Out of the Woods is coming out. And this one is, we are following Sarah and Caleb. And this was part of the Out on a Limb series. So if you read Out on a Limb initially, then this Sarah was the main character's best friend. And she was already married to Caleb. So this book, we're following Sarah and Caleb. And she is kind of in a stage where she's wondering who she is without her husband. So she plans some events and they fail, and he kind of comes in and saves the day. And it starts to uncover a lot of grievances they've had in the past decade about each other. So they're just wondering if they're the same people they were when they got married at a young age, like 19. So sounds good. I loved Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and I'm excited about this one coming out at the end of the month. Okay, the next book I'm going to talk about is Unloved by Peyton Corinne. Unsteady was the first book that came out in this series. And in Unloved, and these are hockey romances, and it comes out on February 4th. We are following Ro and Freddie. And Freddie has just found out, he's a star hockey player, and he has found out that he wants to go to the NHL, but his dad has put a stipulation that he must graduate from college before he continues on to the NHL. So he is struggling in school, and I think Ro ends up being a tutor for him. So the first one, Unsteady, I have not read yet, but I've heard wonderful things about, so I plan on reading that one in the next month or so, and then I'll be ready for Unloved when it comes out. Okay, another one coming out on that same date, February 4th, is Deep End by Hazelwood is coming out on February 4th. And this one is about a swimmer and a competitive diver. And it's a college romance, and I think her name is Scarlett. She is a platform diver and a swimmer, and Lucas is also a swimmer, and they absolutely have nothing in common, and they don't like each other, and then there's some sort of secret that slips out, and then they have to make some sort of an arrangement. So I thought the whole idea of swimming is kind of a concept that doesn't come up too often. So they're both trying to get into the Olympics, and I thought that would sound like a lot of fun. And plus, I love Hazelwood's writing. I have read Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. I haven't read Not in Love yet. That one is on my shelf, but I'll get to that one. I know that one's a little more spicy. But anyway, typically I love her writing, so I'm looking forward to that one. Okay, also in February, we have First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. And this one I think is a start of a new series for B.K. Borison. Maybe not. Maybe it's a standalone. But we have Aiden, who is a host for a romance show on the radio, and he has fallen out of love with being in love. And until Lucy calls in for some advice, and I think that particular interview goes viral or something, and their romance goes from there. So sounds like a lot of fun. Love B.K. Borison. I've read Love Light Farms. I started that one this Christmas, and I'm continuing on with that series now. So and I really enjoyed the first book I read by B.K. Borison. So that one will be a lot of fun as well. Okay, I don't have anything that I'm looking forward to in March right now, not at this time anyway, so I'm going to skip to April. In April, on April the 1st, we have Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. So I'm looking forward to reading this like millions of other people. Love Abby Jimenez writing. Yours truly has been one of my favorite books. I also absolutely loved Just Last Summer, which I just read just last summer. I've loved her other books as well. So she's an automatic. I will always buy whatever she puts out. So I'm very excited about it. Say You'll Remember Me comes out on the 1st of April. I think it is about Xavier is a veterinarian, and Samantha have a beautiful date, and it's just fantastic. And then she has a family in crisis, and she realizes that it's not the time for a relationship kind of thing. So that's the basic premise, but it sounds good. And of course, it's Abby Jimenez, so the writing will be tremendous. So That one comes out on the 1st. We have the 15th of April comes out Wild and Wrangled, which is the 4th book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I've only read the first one, done and dusted, and absolutely loved it because I love small town cowboy romances. I don't know why. I'm not really a cowgirl, but I've always loved them. So I am going to get to the rest of this series. This one doesn't come out till April, so I think I will be able to get to the rest of the books. I have those books, the 2nd and 3rd book. So I'm looking forward to this one. And this one I think follows Camille and Dusty. And Dusty has always been a runner. And Camille gets left at the altar and ends up renting a home next door in the small town next door to Dusty. So it's a small town romance. It should be great. I'm looking forward to it. I love Done and Dusted. I don't have a lot of the background information on this one, but it'll be good. And of course, in April, we have also Emily Henry's new book coming out, Great Big Beautiful Life. And that one's coming out on April the 22nd. I'm very excited about that one. It's about 2 writers who are competing to write a biography of a woman who lives on this island. She invites them both to the island, and then she's going to choose who she wants to write her biography. So that one should be good as well. Very exciting. In May, we have Katherine Center's got a new book called Love Haters coming out. Love Katherine Center. I've read a few of her books. I read Happiness for Beginners, which was over 4 stars. I read Hello Stranger, which was over 4 stars, and I read Bodyguard, which was 5 stars. And Bodyguard is definitely going to be a reread for me this year. I love that book. So definitely going to read her new one coming out called Love Haters. It comes out on the 20th of May. As far as I know, this follows Katie, who's a video producer, and she gets a gig profiling a search and rescue swimmer. And that's all I really know about that one. But love her writing, love her banter, and usually closed door as far as the spice goes. So if that is something you like, I think that this one might be for you. Also on the 20th of May, we have Rewind It Back, which doesn't have a cover yet, but I'm so excited about this one. This is the Liz Tomforde Windy City series. Sports romance, all of them. First one was Mile High and was a hockey romance. The second one was The Right Move, which was a basketball romance. And the third one was Caught Up. And then Play Along, both baseball romances. So this one, I think, is also going to be going back to hockey because I think that it's Rio's story, if you've read any of those books. And so I'm very excited about this one. All of those books, I have enjoyed all of them. I know Mile High, the first one, has gotten a lot of bad reviews. I actually liked it. I didn't like it as well as I liked the rest of the series, but I think I still gave it 3.75 stars. And the rest of them have all been over 4 stars or 5 stars. So looking forward to that one. I have 3 in June, I think. Okay, we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. And this one follows, what have I read of hers? I've read The Dead Romantics and I read The 7-Year Slip. Like them both over 4 stars. This one follows a famous songwriter who's kind of lost her touch and a bitter musician. Kind of sounds like he'll be very grumpy, it sounds like, from what I can read about it. So, I really liked Ashley Poston's writing. Most of her other 2 books have some magical realism in it. I don't know if this one's going to have that in it or not, but looking forward to it. Another one that I'm really looking forward to is called Bourbon and Proof. Doesn't have a cover yet, although I'm in the middle of the first book in the series right now, and these covers are beautiful. The second book has a beautiful cover like this. The first one is called Bourbon and Lies. The second one's called Bourbon and Secrets. And then third one coming out this year is called Bourbon and Proof. And this follows small town, found family kind of books. And it follows the Bourbon brothers. They make bourbon in this small town. So the first one was a girl who was in the witness protection program. And the second one was the girl was a burlesque dancer. And they're not giving any information on the third book coming out this year, Bourbon and Proof. So I'm very excited to see what it's about. That one comes out in June. One more in June. Okay, so the next book that's coming out in June that I am excited about, although I won't rush to get it because I'm behind on the series, is Stephanie Archer's Gloves Off. These are hockey romances. The name of the series is the Vancouver Storm series. The first one is Behind the Net. The second one is The Fake Out. The third one is The Wingman. And this one is the 4th book in the series called Gloves Off. Hockey romance should be fun. I will be reading it eventually, but I am behind on that series, way behind. I have to catch up on that. So anyway, that is June. And in July, we have Lana Ferguson's Overruled coming out. Now, I've only read 2 Lana Ferguson books. One I gave over 4 stars, loved it. The other one I ended up DNFing, and that was just this last month. But I'm going to read her next one coming out because there's a reason I DNF'd the other book, and I really don't see that element in the one coming out. 2 divorce lawyers who I think go at it in court and then end up having a relationship outside of the courtroom. So it'll be fun. And I have one more, which comes out in July 7th. B.K. Borison also has another book coming out called Good Spirits, and I think it's also the beginning of a new series. Just like his Love Light Farms started at Christmas, this one's going to start at Christmas. This is a Christmas book. It's called Good Spirits, and it involves a ghost from the past, ghost from Christmas past. So that one sounds very cute and very fun, and I'm hoping it'll be the start of more ghost books. So anyway, that'll be fun. Those are my 14 books I'm really looking forward to. I have a couple more that are on my radar that I'm not sure are sure things for me. It depends on, I haven't read the second book yet, and I don't know if I'm going to like the second book. Powerless, I really enjoyed. I have not read the novella or Reckless, which is the second book, and I know the third book, which is Fearless, comes out this year. I'll give you a date in case some of you are Powerless lovers. April the 8th. So I have to read the novella and Reckless and see if I love those books. I know Reckless has gotten mixed reviews before I decide if I'm going to get the next book. But that wraps up my new release excitement. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, leave me comments if you are looking forward to any of these books. And until next time, please take care of each other. Happy reading.